Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So friends, as you know, with the help of these kinds of kids animated stories, I'm just practicing. So as usual, I'll share another interesting story. So please stay connected until it ends. So without further delay, let's start. So friends, Angel and Emily have just finished their college studies and now they were working in a same company and and they were doing good job and they were earning handsome salary. One day Angel says to Emily, what is this, Emily? You are late by full 5 minutes, you can see. Then Emily says to Angel, I'm sorry, Angel. My mother was my mother is not well today. That's why I made porridge for her. That is why I got late. But uh, but next time I'll remember for this. Please excuse me. And in this way they used to walk on the street and they were enjoying their life. And because they were old enough, so their parents were worried about their marriages. Emily's mother was more worried because she was an ordinary looking girl and she has little dark complexion. One day Angel's parents' name was Rick and Nancy. Then one day Rick says to Nancy, Nancy, please come here right now. I have a very good news for you. Then Nancy came and says to Rick, what happened? You are shouting so much. Why are you shouting so much? Then uh, then then Rick says to Nancy, Nancy, I have doubt. First, put rolling pillow on you. I have doubt. What if you will fainted? Then then Nancy says to Rick, what are you saying, dear? You have grown up daughter now, but yet you are behaving like a child. When you will understand everything, then 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 Rick says to Nancy, today I am not today I am not making fun. Whatever I am going to share to you, you will I have I can think you will become surprised. Then Nancy says to Rick, don't make fun and tell me what you want to say. Then Rick says to Nancy, let's make necessary arrangement for the marriage. Then Nancy says to Rick, what are you saying? Are you going to marry again? Then Rick says to Nancy, only stupid repeat such mistake. Only stupid repeat such mistakes. I am not talking about my marriage. I am talking about my angel's marriage. Then Nancy became very happy and said to Rick, what are you saying, dear? What are you saying? My prayer have been answered. My daughter is my daughter is going to marry. Then Rick says to Nancy, yes, dear. Then Rick shows a photograph, a photograph of Edward, who was well settled in America, and he was also earning handsome salary. Then, uh, then Angel's mother, Nancy, was very happy, and she says to her husband, "Okay, dear, today I am very happy. I'll call I call I'll call Angel and I'll tell her." And she called Angel and told them over a phone call because she was in office, and after the office she she says to they were walking on the road. Then Angel says to Emily, Emily, today I have a very good news. Let's have and eat hot dogs. Then Emily says to Angel, Angel, you are very happy today. What is this? May I know the reason, please? Then Angel says to Emily, today my mother called and told to me that tomorrow a boy is coming to meet me with his whole family, and he lives in America and he is earning so much money. Then Emily was very happy after listening all of this, and he says, let's have eat ice cream." And both of them enjoyed hot dogs and ice cream, and both of them very happy. Then and after the after eating hot dogs and ice cream, they again started walking on the road. Then Angel says to Emily, Emily, why don't you get married or America settled boy? I'll miss you so much, dear, after my marriage. Then and Emily says to Angel, I don't know I'll get married or not, but I'll miss you too. And in this way they were walking on the road, and now they were at the bus stop. Then suddenly a blind man came in front of Angel and bumped into Angel, and his books fell down on the road. And then Emily got very angry and says to blind man, you blind fool, can't you see? Where are you going? You ruined my dress. Then and then blind man says to Emily, please excuse me, I have I have bumped accidentally, please excuse me. Here was the stone and I slept, I I felt in by this stone, please excuse me. Then then Angel says to blind man, you see a beautiful girl and personally bumping into me. And in this way she was very angry, and she started arguing with blind man. Then Emily did not like this and says to Angel, Angel, please calm down. He did not uh, he did not bumping into you purposely. He he bumped into after by this stone. Please excuse me. And he says, please sir, please excuse me. We were talking and walking, that's why we didn't pay attention. It was our mistake too, please excuse me. Then and she takes up his books and gives to blind man, and Emily says to blind man, please excuse me, I'm sorry, it was our mistake too. Then Angel says to blind man, sorry, my foot. Then the blind man left, and next day Angel got ready, and then Emily entered in his room and says to Angel, Angel, you are looking really so gorgeous. You are looking so pretty. There is no chance that boy will reject you. Then Angel says to Emily, yeah, I know. And in this way, they were talking and they were having fun. Then Angel says to Emily, I'll miss you, dear. Why don't you get married, America settled boy? Then again Emily says to Angel, I don't know, dear, I will get married or not, but I'll miss you too. And in this way, after some time, Edward came with his whole family into her home. Then Rick says to his guests, welcome to my small house, please come in. Then Edward says to Rick, Uncle, your small house is very modern. You have AC, TV, and sofa too. And then everyone started laughing at Edward's words. And after some conversation, Rick called Emily and Angel. Then Angel entered. Then Angel came in the hall with full of tray snacks and tea. And after some time, after having some conversation, Angel's Edward's parent says to uh, Edward's parent says to Rick, Rick, your daughter is really very beautiful. She is very gorgeous, and now then Angel Edward Edward's parents asked to Angel, did you like Edward? Then Angel says yes. Then Angel's parents asked to Edward, dear son, did you like my daughter? Then Edward says to everyone, please let me think. Then everyone gets shocked. What he want to say? Then Edward says to everyone, I don't want to get married with Angel. I want to marry with Angel's friend Emily. Then everyone gets shocked after hearing this from Edward. Then Edward parent says to Edward, son, we we are confused and we are shocked. Why are you rejecting such a beautiful girl? Then then Edward says to everyone, because yesterday's incident shows that pure heart is more pure heart is more valuable than than beautiful face. Then Angel says to Edward, what do you mean? What you want to say? Then then Edward says, because because you can remember last day incident. I am not a blind man. You can remember yesterday's bus stop incident. And both Angel and Emily remembered last evening incident. Then then they then Angel regretted, and then Edward proposed to Emily in filmy style. Then and he says, please will you marry me? Then Emily says to Edward, i i I don't know. I will marry, or I will marry with you or not, because then after hearing this question from Emily, everyone gets shocked. Then Edward says to Emily, may I know the reason why you are saying like this? Why you don't want to marry with me? Then Emily says to Edward, you know, my mother is very sick, and I am the only support to her, and my father is no more. That is why. Then everyone get emotional after hearing this, after hearing this from Emily. Then then Edward says to his parents his parents, father, think, if I'll live in India and you live in America, then how would you feel? Then then his parents says to Edward, do son, what you want to do, as you wish. Then Edward says to Emily, okay Emily, if I'll